Do we see the geometric horizon, yes or no?
Rarely.
Okay, no, we see the apparent horizon, right?
We see an apparent horizon.
So how do you know there's a geometric horizon if all we ever see is the apparent one?
The necessary antecedent for an apparent horizon is a geometric horizon. We don't have
but not a curved geometric horizon now,
a geometric one.
No, there's a physical piece of land underneath you, okay? And a plane will create the illusion of convergence once you reach your limit of perspective. This is provable and recreatable. Now, you're claiming a physical curvature.
I haven't seen you do that.
Okay, well, then you're just a liar. If you've never stood at the end of a long railroad or hallway?
That doesn't demonstrate what you claimed.
I claimed convergence due to limit of perspective over a flat surface. How does it not demonstrate that?
It doesn't demonstrate it.
Literally doesn't.
It's his response because y'all are knocking it out of the parks. So, do we see the geometric horizon, yes or no, or do we have to keep obfuscating?
It's a reasonable response to young.
If you say yes, can you please provide the evidence of when we see it?
Which no, because I don't know when we see it. I just think it's likely that we do.
So if you don't know when we see it, and we can't substantiate when we or if we do see it, then how do you know that there is a geometric horizon there in the first place?
Well, I don't know for it's a necessary antecedent, as Paul says, for a apparent horizon.
No. The necessary antecedent for your.
Hold on, we're not interrupting.
You're just lying, though, Scott.
Yeah. So, as I'm not lying, I'm telling you that's true. You can't have an apparent horizon without a geometric horizon. I suspect that it's very likely that we've seen geometric horizons.
No one cares what you suspected, dude. You think that you can go into a space to...
Stop interrupting people. Just let people finish, and it'll be much calmer, and then they'll let you finish.
You just keep obfuscating, man.
I don't. I'm just getting 2 sentences out. For fuck's sake, dude, just relax.
Finish. Sorry.
I don't know when we would see the geometric horizon, but I suspect because of the large number of days, there'd be some that we do, and I would not be able to identify which ones they are.
Okay, so if you can't identify which days they are, which means you can't substantially in any way claim to know when the geometric horizon is visible, if you never see the geometric horizon or can definitively establish when you do see it, how do you know it's there?
I don't know for absolute certainty. I'm telling you that I think it's likely that we see the geometric horizon.
Oh, so you don't know that there is a curve of Earth there.
But I do know it's there in order to have a apparent horizon. You have to have a geometric one. Because the apparent one is based on the geometric one.
Does it have to be a curved Earth?
Yeah, it has to be. Yeah, I think so.
Wait, are you gonna stick with that one?
You could have a horizon over a corner, but Earth doesn't have corners.
What a moron. No, actually, the hallway will appear to converge, as will railroads. So anyway, we all know that over a flat surface, there can be an appearance of convergence relative to the observer height and whatever the atmospheric conditions you're viewing the parallel lines through, right? Okay, so we know that can happen, and that the horizon is horizontal. That's actually from the fucking word horizontal, right? And we know it's just an apparent location, but you claim it curves in any and all directions. So that horizon is actually curved, and straight ahead is actually curved, and there's a physical obstruction, and there's a certain rate in which that should present itself because it's called the geometric horizon or Earth curve, right?
That's right.
Okay, so my question is, how do you substantiate that it's there?
The very fact, So Paul, Con the space reader is correct. The very fact, if you cannot talk about seeing an apparent horizon without the existence of a geometric horizon, for which the apparent horizon is the distortion.
This guy still doesn't understand.
Otherwise, it will be like seeing the shadow of a cat without a cat existing.
I'm saying it in 1750s, we got measurements of lots of the Earth.
Yeah,
that we could use to calculate a circumference and thereby calculate a radius.
Wait. How do you calculate the circumference?
Your claim is they were reliant only on Al-Biruni. So how have you established this to be true?
Because if you don't have the full circumference, the only way you could ever reverse engineer the fucking radius or the circumference would be to have the radius. The only way you could actually substantiate or reverse engineer the circumference, if you don't have all of it, it's to have the radius value and then to fill in the gaps objectively. That's basic geometry.
It's just not true, is it? If you've got,
I want to address Jim when
if you can extrapolate a radius from a number of circumference measurements, then you can have a circumference.
You can't do that. What you just said is impossible.
Of circumference.
Yeah, like how are you going to extrapolate a radius from a number of unfinished circumference values?
Of course you can.
No,
okay, please explain.
With assumptions you
Show
can.
us one then.
Yeah, with conceding that you have assumptions, you can do that.
With the assumption of the radius value that came from Al Bruni.
Yeah, like with the oh, boy.
If you know the radius value, you can't do it. That's objective.
Again,
you need to establish
that it was from Al Bruni. You keep saying that. How do you know?
Well, that too was attributed to establishing the radius in your religion.
No, it's
and
not.
he made maps.
Wait, who came up with... Okay, who was the first...
No, listen. That is who is attributed to establishing the radius in your religion.
Your religion. I'm not religious.
I'd never even heard of Al Bruni until about 6 months
Yeah, of course you did.
Yeah, because you don't even understand your own religion. Dude, it's just like a zealot Christian that's never read Genesis. That doesn't mean he's not a fucking religious zealot.
You need to establish that these people were reliant on Al Bruni, and you're just saying that.
If they didn't get the radius from Al Bruni, where'd they get it then?
Well, I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay, well,
they just verified what he said.
Hold on!
I've barely fucking spoken.
God, I'm speaking. He made the claim. He has made the claim that they got the radius from Al Bruni. It was
published, yeah.
It's not my
claim. That's
claim.
The official narrative,
It's his claim.
That's your model's claim.
So how have you established that to be true?
I know it's not true. So, but your religion claims it's true.
You're claiming it is true, Witsit.
No, your religion claims it's true, Jim.
No.
I don't claim shit about Al Bruni. You know how stupid it would be for me to say Al Bruni fucking got a radius value from an apparent location? I just lost brain cells just saying out loud together.
The claim is that Al Bruni made a calculation of the radius of the Earth. Our claim is not that everyone has been reliant upon that for the last 1,000 years. That's your claim, and I want you to establish it in some way.
You specifically invoked something from a couple hundred years ago where they settled the dispute between it being oblate or not. Now, I asked you to cite it specifically, which of course you did not. And that way I could look and see if they did have the radius value. And listen, this is how we could do it, Jim, if you'll calm down. Now, we know that he wasn't actually perfect with the radius, right? He was a little off. So if the number that they're using is the exact same number as Al Bruni, even though it was a little off, then we'll know he got it from there, right?
Not necessarily.
Oh, not necessarily. Well, can you provide it anyway so we can see what the radius value is they used? Because they had to have that, so...
No, they didn't.
Okay, provide evidence of it. That's your claim.
Of the Earth.
How do you do that?
The point is, they specifically did not have that information. They were getting that information.
Provide the evidence then.
What, you want me to provide the evidence that the French-Spanish geodesic mission occurred?
And I want you to provide the documentation so I can see exactly what calculations they used.
I'll do that. There's a couple of books on it. It's quite well known. But
you can just type the name and I'll look it up.
But before I do that, let's get back to your claim that the French-Spanish geodesic mission were reliant upon Al Bruni and had got their radius value from him. So how do you establish that to be true?
Yeah, just go ahead, man. Go ahead. That was the 5th time you said that, dude. I've already responded.
So where's your evidence for this claim?
I already said.
Or are you just going to concede that you made that claim and you don't actually know if that's true?
Yeah, I said I don't know for sure because you haven't actually cited it. But what I do know is that you're... But I've already said that. I said that I don't know for sure, but your religion's...
This is the first time
it's probably because you were fucking spiraling, Jim.
And it's kind of irrelevant. So you're admitting even if there was another...
Well, no. I'm not admitting I was right or wrong. You've yet to provide the evidence.
Right. So you're admitting that you made the claim without any reason.
Yeah. I made the claim somewhat assumptively, sure.
Okay, thank you.
The only thing a loser like me is good for is taking beatings.